Hey everybody, it's Brian here. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing great. So at the time of publishing this video, we are now at the beginning of August and it won't be much longer before the start of the scholastic year is quickly around us. One thing is absolutely true, is that children out there, students out there are going to be looking for new duffel bags, new backpacks, and what better time than now to start creating some amazing patterns that you can upload onto duffel bags, backpacks, and indeed any all-over print-on-demand products so that you can make sure that when the time comes that people are on these print-on-demand platforms looking for products like this, your designs are going to be there for them to consider to purchase. So today we're going to be using ChatGPT and Midjourney to create some amazing designs that we're then going to put onto Photoshop to create these all-over patterns that we will then upload onto RedBubble. It's a very informative video, so with that said, let's head over to my computer right now and get started. Let's go. Okay, so welcome to my computer screen, and the first thing that I did was I jumped onto ChatGPT and I basically prompted with the following. I'm going to be showing them how to use AI image generators like Midjourney to create repeat patterns to place on the templates for duffel bags. Given that the new scholastic year, in addition to the fourth quarter, is just around the corner, can you suggest graphic ideas for Midjourney to give me such a result? I would need 5 ideas for duffel bags targeting primary school children, 5 ideas for high school students, and 5 ideas for post-secondary students. Place each 5 under the appropriate heading. Now I did this because I don't want to just target and focus on one certain demographic within the educational spectrum. I wanted to make sure that I could come up with some designs that would appeal to children, obviously in the primary, high school, and even in university stroke college years, so that obviously I could put out more designs to appeal to more people, hopefully getting more sales in the process. ChatGPT came up with some really wonderful ideas, obviously limited to 5, but if I wanted more, I could just ask it to repeat it again. So we've got, for example, primary school children, cute animals, space adventure, rainbow delight, dinosaur frenzy, and fruit fiesta. And for each one, we obviously have a little snippet of information that I could easily copy and paste, maybe modify a little bit into Midjourney, which I'm going to be showing you momentarily in order to get some really amazing designs to use for duffel bags. We've got high school students over here. I'm not going to read through all of them so that obviously this video won't be too long, but you can pause it to take a screenshot if you wanted to. And then we have a list for post-secondary students. Now what I did was I copied the entire list and I then just put it on a Word document. So that obviously I could just copy and paste into Midjourney. You could copy and paste directly for ChatGPT, but this is just a personal preference of mine. I like to copy everything that I obtain from ChatGPT, put it on a document, even save it for future reference. That way it's easy. I categorize it and catalog it on my computer, and that way I can always go back and refer to it if I need to. So with the list properly copied onto my Word document, or you could use a Google Doc if you want, it was time to go onto Midjourney. So here we are on Midjourney, and I already went ahead and put in the prompts in addition to the little slight additions to each prompt, which I'm going to be explaining to you about in a moment, so that obviously I would get these images. Obviously we don't have to wait so long for the images to be generated. And the first one I put in was cute and adorable cartoon animals like elephants, pandas, and bears, vibrant colors, playful imagery, and then what I also did was I added a dash tile. Now the reason why I did dash tile is that it's going to force Midjourney to give me an image that I can then put side by side, and it would give me a seamless joint. This is very important so that when I'm utilizing the image in Photoshop, which is the program I'm going to be using today, but you can even utilize it in Canva or Photopea, or indeed any graphic design program that you want to use. When I put them side by side, and obviously from top to bottom, I'm going to have a nice seamless pattern, and that's going to really help in terms of the flow for the design as I'm laying it out over the duffel bag template. So basically, if we take a look here, these are the images that Midjourney came back to me with respect to this prompt, and they're really nice. But the one that really caught my attention was this one over here on the top right hand corner, which is number 2. So what I did was I went ahead and I upscaled it. So I downloaded that. As you can see here, we're going to utilize that a little later on. But I just want to go through very quickly some of the other prompts, okay? Then I did one for planets and rockets and stars. Again, these are targeting children who are in the primary school years, okay? In North America, your grammar school years. And again, in this particular case, again, I went and chose number 2 because the colors were really popping, they're really vibrant. I loved all of the stars in the background. This is not to say that the other 3 weren't nice, but this is the one that caught my attention. If you want to use all 4 of them, you're more than welcome to. You're just giving more options for your clientele to choose from. Again, I would caution, don't do too many of the same topic, because then you'll confuse your clients. They'll see too many of them. They won't be able to decide because they like this one, they like that one, they like the other one. They'll just give up because they can't choose, and you end up losing a sale. So maybe do 1 or 2, give them an A/B option, and then see which one does really well, and go with that. Okay, so then I upscaled that one, as you can see here. So the final prompt that I put in for the primary school years was a pattern with colorful rainbows, clouds, and smiling suns. The cheerful design would be perfect for younger children. Again, -- tile. -- tile has to appear after all of your prompts. If you're going to be utilizing this, if you're going to want a tile pattern, you have to make sure that you do -- tile after each prompt, or rather at the end of each prompt. Okay, then I shot for the high school years, and I typed in a modern and abstract pattern using geometric shapes and lines. Again, these were the suggestions provided to me by ChatGPT. All I did was I copied whatever ChatGPT gave me, I put it in the message section down below, and obviously I just deleted certain words which I felt weren't necessary for the prompt to be successful. Again, -- space tile went in, and in this particular case, I chose number 4. As you can see over here, it's highlighted in blue. I love the idea. All 4 were great, don't get me wrong, but I wanted something with these particular colors. These spoke to me, these resonated with me, so I thought, let me try and see what a duffel bag would look with this. And moving on, then we had one pertaining to musical notes and instruments. This was really interesting, a pattern showcasing iconic city skylines from around the world. So let's just click on that so that you can see it. And again, these were really, really nice. I love the fact that we've got, highlights of different colors in, predominantly against the blue backgrounds, as is the case in number 2 and 4, and to a certain extent even number 3. In this particular case, I went with number 4. Now here comes the upscales of them, and I also did one targeting, university/college students. In this particular case, a pattern with world maps, compasses, and travel-related motifs. Yes, when you think university and college, you think more students partying and whatnot, but these could be duffel bags for the academics in this world, and I thought, wouldn't it be great if we had something like this? Again, this was a prompt given to me by ChatGPT, and in this case, I decided on number 3, as you can see here in the bottom left-hand corner. So I upscaled that, and then obviously we've got the upscaled versions of the designs coming through. So now that I had my tiles and I saved them to my hard drive, it was time to hop over to Photoshop in order to start building everything together. Let's head over to Photoshop right now so I can show you what I did, and we'll work through one together so that you can get the gist of how to go about doing it. Let's go. Okay, so here we are on Photoshop, and what I did was I created a canvas according to the dimensions stipulated in the template that I downloaded from RedBubble. I utilized RedBubble given the fact that many of you are still in contact with me either through Facebook or YouTube or whatnot. You're still utilizing RedBubble, so obviously I want to be able to serve you as well and help you to achieve a degree of success with whatever success you can achieve on RedBubble. So we're going to be utilizing the template that I obtained from RedBubble, and if we just click on image and go down to canvas size, we can see that the size of the canvas is 4050 pixels by 7800 pixels tall. Okay, so this is the template, this is the canvas size that you will need to utilize for duffel bags. Again, if you're utilizing another platform that provides for duffel bags, you want to see if they have a template, download the template, and then you can effectively still utilize the same steps that I'm going to be showing you today here on Photoshop for whatever template that you can obtain from whichever platform that you are utilizing. And again, I am using Photoshop. You can do this on Photopea. You can even do this on Canva if you want to. Although with Canva, you will have to make some slight modifications due to the height of the document, because on Canva, you cannot go higher than, I believe, 6,000 something pixels, but I will be showing you that momentarily. So let's just tackle through the Photoshop aspect, and again, you can do it on Photopea as well. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to turn on the template here, and as you can see, we've got this gray area. This is the area where whatever you put in terms of a graphic is not going to show in the final print of the duffel bag. Okay, so you want to make sure that all of your graphics are going to be showing through wherever you see the checkerboard pattern. It's just to give you a guide This really works true and true if you're going to be using, text, or if you're using smaller graphics which are going to be going on a specific area of the duffel bag. For this example, I'm not too worried about the template, because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be covering the entire canvas with the graphics that we obtained from Midjourney. And then basically when we turn on the template, whatever's going to be covered is going to be covered. It's not going to be consequential. It's still going to look great on the duffel bag, and I will show you some examples in a short while. So stay tuned for that. So we're going to turn off the layer here pertaining to the template. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab one of our graphics from the folder that it's saved in. I just have it off camera here. We're going to do the musical notes one. So what we're going to do now that we have the graphic, I'm going to click and I'm going to drag it straight to the top left hand corner of the canvas. And we want to make sure that with the first three that we're going to be placing on the canvas, we want to make sure that we get them perfectly aligned, because then what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this row and continue moving our way down through the entire canvas. And if we get something wrong in this layer, then it's going to mess everything up after. So we want to make sure that we're really precise with this. So what I'm going to do is on my keyboard, I'm going to hit Control Z to zoom in. Okay, so we've zoomed in. And as you can see here, let me zoom in really sharp over here. You can see that part of the graphic at the top is outside of the canvas. We've got the border line, this margin line, top margin line, just over on the black. We don't want that, and it's just a pixel off to the left of the canvas. So what we're going to do is we're going to utilize the cursor keys on the keyboard, and I'm just going to click once to the right and a couple of times down, so that we can make sure that that border line, in fact, we can move one more pixel to the right. Great. As you can see here, we've got the border of the graphic perfectly aligned with the top left hand corner of the canvas. Now I'm just going to zoom out a little bit by hitting Control minus, just so that I can get a little bit more of the canvas into view. Now what we want to do is we want to duplicate this particular graphic so that we can move it more to the right and bring them in line edge to edge. Right, and then we'll do it yet a third time. So to quickly duplicate a graphic, if you're on a PC, you just want to press and hold the Control key. If you're on a Mac, you want to do that with your Command key, and then just press on the letter J, and that will duplicate the layer. And as you can see in the layers palette here, now I have two of the same graphic, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to left click on it, and I'm just going to drag it, and I'm going to bring it as close as I can to the edge. I mean, if you manage to get spot on, well and good. As you can see, I did do that. I did get spot on because we've got that pinkish line in the middle and on the top and on the bottom, which shows that I am aligned perfectly. But if you want to make sure, just zoom in again. We're going to hit Shift V to clear the cursor. And as you can see here, we have no edging, we have no lines, they're perfectly aligned, we're good to go. So now I'm going to move the entire canvas again to the left just to bring in more of the canvas. And because I'm toggled on the middle graphic, I'm going to press Control J again. We're going to duplicate that layer, and again I'm going to do it one more time, and I'm just going to bring them. And if I'm uncertain, if I can't get it on, or maybe if I don't have a mouse, you can use the cursor keys. Okay, so we're just going to do that right now. We're just going to keep clicking until we get. Now in this particular case, you will notice that this particular graphic is going off to the right of the canvas, and don't worry about that. I mean, if you wanted to, you could toggle all three and move it and balance it from left and right. In this particular case, given this graphic, I don't feel that there's a need to do so. I'm quite happy with the way the three graphics are laid out on the top portion of the canvas. So I'm just going to hit enter. I'm happy with that. Let's clear the cursor, Shift V, and as you can see at the top, we have a little bit of the checkerboard pattern coming through. So we'll turn the cursor back on, Shift V. I'm going to use my top cursor arrow. I'm going to click once to the top, Shift V to clear, and we're good to go over there. Now I'm going to just zoom out, Control minus or Command minus, and let's bring the canvas a little bit better into view here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight all three of the graphics and duplicate all three at one go. Now to do that, I'm going to press and hold the Shift key, and in the layers palette, I'm going to click on the last one, which effectively is the first graphic that we brought on. You can see that they're all highlighted. I'm going to hit Control J on the keyboard, and now I have all three duplicated on the top, and then all I have to do is just grab my mouse and click and drag them down. And then we want to look for those pink lines. As you can see here, all three, the left, the right, and the center have appeared, but I'm not certain if I'm aligned from the top and this particular layer. So let's just hit Control plus a couple times to go in. We're going to zoom in, and I'll hit Shift V to clear the cursor. And as you can see, I got it spot on. We don't have any edging whatsoever. And I can just zoom out and we're good to go. Now then what I want to do is I want to click on the first one, click on the sixth one, hit Control J and bring all 6 of them down, and then do so one more time. I'm not going to go through that process. Now I think you get the gist of what it is that you have to do. Effectively, you just want to fill the entire canvas. Now I already went ahead and did that with some of the other graphics that we downloaded from Midjourney. Let me just hide this one, and what we'll do is we'll go down here. And I'm just going to turn one. I did one for the world maps. As you can see, this is what it would look like. The minimalist pattern. The modern abstract. I really love the way that this one came in. Let's just zoom out. Okay, the fact that we got the border in the graphic really made it nice and easy for me to align everything together. Okay, the rainbow one looks like this. Let's just zoom out. Aren't these really great? I mean, you could effectively even use these for some kind of wallpaper if you are on a platform, say like Society 6 or, you know, wrapping paper or whatnot. This would work brilliantly. And then we've got cartoon animals. This one looked really, really nice. The colors were vibrant and whatnot. So once you have all of your tiles properly laid out over the template, and if I just turn on the templates again, you're going to see what is going to appear and what is not going to appear on the canvas. And because of the fact that it's a repeat pattern, it's a tiled pattern, it really doesn't matter that, you know, there's aspects of the entire canvas that isn't going to be shown, because when it's printed on the canvas, it's going to look really, really sharp. Okay, now let me show you what you would have to do if you were doing this on Canva. So let's head over to Canva right now. Okay, so here we are now on Canva, and I created a canvas. For those of you who are going to be doing it on Canva, you want to make sure that your canvas is 4050 pixels wide by 3600 pixels tall. So you want to make sure that you're wider than you are taller, because understandably you can't get the full length or rather the full height of a duffel bag template on Canva. Just doesn't allow you to do so. But you want to make sure that you've got the width spot on, and given the fact that in the template the width is 4050 pixels, you want to make sure that you've got that width spot on. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to click and we're going to drag one of our graphics. Let's bring the space one on. Okay, and again what we're going to do is we're just going to place it in the top left hand corner. We can get rid of the dimensions now. Okay, and then we're going to click on it and hit Control D or Command D to duplicate it, and we're going to move it. And again, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you are spot on in terms of edging. As we're going to zoom in by hitting Control plus here. As you can see, we still have a bit of an edge, so we're just going to click once to the left, and it looks like we're good to go over there. Let's just try one more. Let's click on that and try one more just to get rid of that edging, to make sure that we don't have anything there. Brilliant. So we're good to go over there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate both of these graphics and drag them down. So we're going to do the first one on the right. We're going to click and we're going to drag that down. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing with the second one. We're going to click and we're going to drag that down. And then we're going to zoom in just to make sure that we've got our edges properly in place, so that we don't have any edges being seen. All right, and I think we can do one more pixel up. What you want to do is you want to take a look at a particular graphic in the design and make sure that that's properly aligned. I was looking at this blue planet here with, you know, like the rings of Saturn on the top here, just to make sure that they're nicely aligned. And by the looks of it, I am. We'll do the same thing on this side here, and it looks, for all intents and purposes, that we are properly aligned. Then it's just a question of, you know, clicking on the share button at the top there, downloading it, saving it to your hard drive, and then you'll be utilizing this entire pattern onto, you know, platforms like RedBubble or wherever you're going to be, you know, uploading this graphic to create a duffel bag in order to sell. For today's video, we're going to be doing that on RedBubble, so let's head over to RedBubble right now so I can show you how it's done. Here we are on RedBubble in the section where we're going to click to add new work. And let's just choose the cartoon animals duffel bag. I'm just going to click and I'm going to drag that into upload new work, and we'll just wait for it to upload. Now, for all intents and purposes, we are looking and we are focusing on the duffel bag, but there will be other products in RedBubble where, you know, this pattern will work just as great for those products too as well. So you want to go through the entire list after you finish, you know, making sure that the duffel bag one is the way you want it to appear, and then just go through and activate those products which look great with this sort of all over design, and those that don't, you just deactivate them. You're giving yourself more opportunity of landing more sales because it is a cute design, and, you know, maybe perhaps on an all over dress or on a clock or on a duvet cover or a throw blanket, this could really work well too as well. So let's just scroll down here, get down to the duffel bag. As you can see, we're already seeing some really great things here. Okay, but there's the duffel bag. So if we click on that, we can see that the entire canvas fit brilliantly into RedBubble here. It's covering the entire canvas. There's no need to scale it because it's at 100%. There's no need to repeat patternize it or center or not. It is perfect. So we're good to go on that one. As you can see here, in terms of fitted masks, it works really well. It really works well on backpacks too as well. Leggings, it looks really great too as well. So let's just enable that. In terms of socks, we're going to enable it, but as you can see, we've got this white border over here, so it's really not working for us, and it's scaled at 100%. But on RedBubble, what we can do is we can click on choose pattern, and if we select regular grid, then it's going to duplicate the pattern, cover the entire canvas for socks, and lo and behold, we now have great looking socks with this cartoon animal pattern on it. So that works really great. We're going to keep that. In terms of jigsaw puzzles over here, this will make for a very challenging jigsaw puzzle to do. But again, we've got that white area here. Fear not, we're just going to click on choose pattern. We'll choose regular grid, and boom, we're good to go. We would have a full-size jigsaw pattern with this pattern here, and anybody who's really into challenging jigsaw puzzles could really have fun putting that together. Sleeveless tops, as you can see, phone wallets, aprons, we're going to activate those. We'll activate the masks. Buttons, I don't know if there's anybody who would wear a button with that, but you know what, it looks good on it, so let's leave it. There's nothing wrong with that. Tote bags, I'm not sure I'm really happy with the fact that there's all of this tote material around that, so we're going to turn that off. We won't turn on the wood canvas mount. Water bottles, yeah, why not? We'll leave that on. Coasters works well. Throw blankets, we're going to enable that. We'll click on it, and then we'll just choose pattern and choose regular grid. And boom, you've got a beautiful throw blanket or tapestry that people could utilize. And the same thing could hold true for bath mats. Let's enable that, and we'll choose pattern, and we'll choose regular grid, and apply changes, and we've got a really amazing bath mat. So what you want to do is you want to just go through all of the products, whether you're on RedBubble or any other platform that has all over prints that you want to utilize this particular tile pattern that we've generated from Midjourney to create some amazing products to share to your clientele, to offer to your clientele. Go through them and activate those that look great. Guys, one bit of advice, if you're using RedBubble or otherwise, just don't, activate everything for the sake of activating and having a lot of products. If it doesn't look good or if it doesn't work with a particular product, you're better off deactivating and just having those products where the designs look spot on, because it will really go a long ways of showing your customer base that you're serious about what it is you're doing. You're not just blanket uploading and hoping, throwing a big net out into the sea and hoping you catch as many fish. Those fish will swim right through your net if they don't like what it is you're seeing, and you'll end up losing sales instead of making them. So take that time, go through each product, keep those that look great, deactivate those that don't. Now, you might ask yourself, well, Brian, what about the one that we did on Canva? How is that going to work? Glad you asked. Well, let's just go down to the duffel bag. We're going to click on that, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace the image with the one that we downloaded from Canva. So that's the space one. So I'm just going to click, I'm going to drag on replace image. We'll wait for it to upload. Now, as you know, it's not going to cover the full entire height of the canvas. And that's okay. I'm not worried about that, because with respect to RedBubble, as you can see here in a moment, okay, we've got that white area. What we're going to do is, again, we'll just click on choose pattern, click on regular grid, and there you have it. We have the entire design covering the entire duffel bag canvas. And if we just look at it, if we enable it, we've got all of the celestial space planets and stars. We're not covering the entire canvas, which would make for a really great duffel bag. Okay, and again, all you would do is you would go to upload new work, grab the graphic that you downloaded from Canva, upload that, and then go through the entire process of aligning and choosing regular grid to fill those all over prints, be it mask tapestries, duvet covers or whatnot, that will help to make it look great, and you're good to go. And it really doesn't take that long to do so. Okay, so now that they've all been uploaded to RedBubble, I downloaded a mock-up from RedBubble of what the duffel bag would look like, and I superimposed the original tile that we got from Midjourney just so that you can have an idea of what the final product is going to look like. Remember, whenever you upload a design to any print-on-demand platform that you want to use, if they have the facility to download a mock-up of that product, I would highly encourage you to download it there and then, save it on your computer device so that you will then have it to obviously share on social media, to utilize on a website. It's just a resource to help you promote your designs to the public eye, to drive traffic to your respective print-on-demand shop in order to gain more sales. So this is the one with the rainbow and clouds with smiley faces. The second one is the cartoon animals. I had to increase the size of the mock-up. I really didn't upscale it or not, so you might be a little bit fuzzy. But again, this is just for an example purpose, just to give you an idea of what the design, what the tile design is going to look like on the final product when you download it. I mean, doesn't this look really great? If you were a 3, 4, 5, or even 6 or 7-year-old, heck, I even wouldn't mind having it. But if you were a kid and you had a duffel bag like this, wouldn't you be happy to carry your things around? And just imagine what it would look like on a backpack too as well. Okay, so the next one pertains to space. So these were the 3 that were targeting the elementary school demographic. Okay, again, this looks really great even at a low resolution. The next one is more for your high school stroke university stroke college students, even for adults for that matter. I mean, this was an abstract geometrical tile. Again, this was the minimalist one. This was basically your black, white, and gray. There are people out there who enjoy minimalist designs. Again, it's a really nice design on this duffel bag too as well. Works really well. And the final duffel bag is the world map design. Again, this would be more focused and targeting towards an adult base. Your 18 to 50, 60, 70, 80-year-olds, okay? For those of you who enjoy traveling, this might be a cool bag to have as a travel bag too as well. So, you can use ChatGPT and any AI image generating tool like Midjourney, Leonardo, Blue Willow, even the AI that Canva has to offer, and just, queue it up, give it some prompts, see what comes back. All right, make sure that you're able to create a design that's tile-based so that you can get that repeat pattern and create some amazing patterns, amazing designs that you can put on duffel bags and any and all over print products, so that this coming fourth quarter and thereafter, you're going to be uploading some amazing designs that's going to satisfy your customer base, that people are going to want to buy. Don't forget to make sure that you title, you tag, and you put an effective description so that you can help the SEO of your design reach out to more people. Okay, don't be lazy on that. Put in the time and it will pay you rewards down the road. So I certainly hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, do me a favor, smash that like button. If you're new to this channel or haven't as yet subscribed, please help me to reach 5,000 subscribers by the end of this calendar year. So click on that subscribe button, turn on the bell notification icon so that you'll be informed each and every time that I upload a new video to my channel. But for today, that's all I've got. And as always, be safe, be well, be creative. Bye for now. Hey, thanks again for watching this video. I really appreciate each and every one of you taking the time to do so. If you are interested in taking your print-on-demand business to the next level and learning how to generate more sales, please consider clicking on one of the 2 video thumbnails that have appeared on your screen now. I'll see you there. Thanks again.